Hello everyone, it's the William Red Fox and welcome to my world. So today we've actually got a few things that need to be done, but first we need to finish off a build that I didn't finish off in the previous episodes. Now what I mean by that is that I actually need beacons on the stone farm. Now I've got the wither skulls needed for that, but I do need glass for that. So I think it should be good enough to run this farm, gain enough sand and just have that in the background. So we're going to do that while also gaining some wheat seeds. As you can see, I've already got one in my inventory, so let's get this started. Okay, so that's now done. I've just finished moving all the cobblestone back over to the top, and we actually got quite a lot of seeds. So there's 2 chests of that, and we've got almost a full chest of wheat. So hopefully I can turn that back into bone meal, or try and sell the bread, one of the two. But now we're going to jump into the end, because I need to go inverse the wither, and I also need to go collect the sand. As you're about to see, it's going to be messy on the other side, and it's going to get really laggy. So just wait for that. First, I do actually need to find where I put the wither stuff, because I don't remember. So there's the skulls I collected. Where is the... is it the soul sand I need? I think it's soul sand. Okay, so that didn't work. I've actually just had to rebuild my world. What I mean by that is I had to work out a way to fix it, because when I went into the end, it broke. I don't know how, but it just completely destroyed the world. I wasn't able to actually move, do anything. So I've had to rebuild the world. Luckily, I've got the day counter working again, I've got my inventory working again, and I've got a few things working. But I'm now going to have to try and work out how to fix this sand farm. Hopefully it's going to be an easy fix, but let's try and see what I can do. Yeah, just to show you how broken this got, this is practically all I've done because of how I've had to reset the world. So that's fun. And yeah, I had to kill the Ender Dragon again. So in this world, my only mob I've killed is the Ender Dragon. Yeah, that's pretty laughable. But yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to fix this sand farm. But yeah, let's get that fixed. Okay, as you can probably tell from my inventory and the fact that there is actually sand here, I have worked out what the issue was. Well, at least I think I've worked out what the issue was. From what I can work out, the sand, as I didn't put anything around where the portal area was, it was just throwing the sand into the void. So I think it was trying to work out how much sand was going into the void as an entity plus as a block, and that kind of just broke things. Now, I can't say that for sure, but I know now that it works because of the way that I've got it set up. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on the end now, because the end file is actually a little bit different. So the world looks different. So as you can see, pillars are all in different places, the islands are not in the right place, but I have had to build this around it, so the sand hits this and then just breaks. So I'm thinking before, because it was just an open platform, it was just going straight into the void and causing issues. So hopefully that fixes it now. I'm not going to try and run it as a stress test just yet, I'll do that in a different episode, but this has now got enough sand, so I'm just going to get that into glass and move on. Oh, I've actually forgotten, I need to face the wither skeleton, not wither skeleton, the wither. So I'm gonna have to work out how to do that under this portal, because I don't think I have the right structure for this. Let me get that sorted. We'll fight the withers, get the beacons ready, and we will move on. Oh, another thing in this world that has been reset is the achievements. Now, the easy way of showing this is the fact that I went straight from a stone age to iron without actually making a stone pickaxe. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I think it's just going to happen over time, and maybe one episode I might just go through and get all the achievements that I can in a Skyblock world, just to see which ones are possible and which ones aren't. For example, I don't believe that one is. And the reason I don't think diamonds is possible is because I don't think you can mine diamonds, and the only way to get diamonds is through probably mining them, because I don't think of any real way of you gaining diamonds any other way. They're not given as a trade or anything, so yeah, don't think that one's going to be possible. So as I was just about to start doing the withers, I realized, what if the end has got an issue as well? And it does. So as you can see, I'm all the way up here. That's the portal I went through. This is the one I came out of. Oh, I've got some problems. Oh, how am I going to fix this? Yeah, I'm going to have to be back in a minute. Okay, so after a while, that's now fixed. A few changes. So the portals in the Nether have now moved around. What is... He just came slowly out of the distance. Is he gonna... Oh, okay, I thought he was jumping off then. But, yeah, where's the rest? There should be another llama and a trader with you. Why are you, like, awkwardly like following me. That's creepy. But yeah, we've got a few changes. So yep, we now got that portal all the way up there. A little bit of a nuisance for whatever reason. Whenever you go through this one, you end up back in the same place in the Nether. So I'll just quickly show you that. See, you come back here. Oh, and by the way, the achievements and statistics are all broken again, so I actually have nothing in now. I barely have anything now, which is hilarious because I actually got, if we take a look, I got the spooky scary skeleton before I got coming to the Nether. Oh, I'll also bring you summer clothes. I don't quite remember which ones that is. I think that's just coming to the Nether. But yeah, I've got, it's all broken. It is really bad. But yeah, as you can see, I come through to this portal here, but then you come through again and I'm in the clouds. I don't know why it does that. It's a minor inconvenience. I can just have this ladder system. It does take forever though to come down, but hopefully once I have an elytra, it'll be a little easier. And that's not the only portal that's broken. So all of the other portals are also broken. Now, the main island for the secondary island that I've been working on, the portal's only moved a couple blocks, so that's not a problem. Same for the mega build and the mob farm. All them portals are just a little bit out, just a few blocks moved here or there. Doesn't make too much of a difference. The only major problem we have is that we don't have a gold farm anymore. You see, the way that I used to get through to the nether roof was that I would use portals so that I could have one at the top, one at the bottom, and then simply switch between the two. Now they're all disaligned. There's no way of me getting to the gold farm anymore. I have been able to, just simply by trying to reconnect the portals back up and making new paths, but it's an absolute mess. It is not worth it anymore. So what I have done is I took the turtle egg from there and I am now going to be building a new gold farm. But before that, we do have other farms that need to be built, especially these wither fights and a tree farm. So let's get them done first and then we can talk about a gold farm. Oh, and also just to show you, like, everything's broken. Like all my stats are all broken. So I've not actually got anything. Then the items. Apparently I've only one baked potato. So yeah. It's a little bit annoying that we no longer have that tracked, but there's not really much I can do about that. So yeah, may that be a cautionary tale for anyone. If you are going to build a sand duper and you're going to do it this way, where you don't actually have the whole chunk loading with portal stuff, just remember, once you actually do that, it's going to break. And if you don't do it properly, it's going to even break worse. So keep to one chest. Make sure you've got a collection system on the other side that grabs the entities rather than just throwing them into the void, and your world won't get corrupted. But for now, let's go face the wither. Ah, there's where the trader went, and as you can see, I just got the end achievement, which is hilarious, because as you can see, I've already been here, and I've already versed the ender dragon. So yeah, that is inconvenient. I just realized I don't have any armor. I may need to fix that. Yeah, probably best I fix it. Okay, so we have now both beacons in place. We've got speed 1, regen 1, and haste 2. So that's going to be great for this area. Now, I don't think it's going to affect any other areas. It might reach over to the new build I'm going to be doing over there, but we'll have to see. Now, there is one little problem. They are a little floaty right now because there's not actually a proper base under them. But we can always come back to doing that another time. For now, we're actually going to start working on the tree farm. So I was just doing the tree farm, and just to interrupt the time lapse a little, as you can see, I'm about to do the last bit, and I look over here. Not only do I see animals over here, I see this guy over here. So I went over there, got some emeralds, and we're about to see what he's got on him. Ah, really not that much. Well, the sugarcane's kind of worth it, and the red sand's probably good. What a deal. Why is that advancement? I have no idea. But there we are. We've got some more sugar canes. We've got some more red sands. So that's great. Oh, actually, what are those seeds? Oh, they're pumpkin seeds. They've already gone. Okay, I'm now back up here, and as you can see, the tree farm is now done. Now, this is going to be a manual tree farm. I have to actually grow the trees, cut them down, everything like that. The bone meal, everything. That's why there's a giant gap there. I plan to put on lumber farm just right there, so I can get some bone meal. I think I'm going to do sugarcane. So the sugarcane from before kind of does help, but I've not really got much anyway, so I'm gonna have to grow that before I can actually do the farm. I think the most annoying thing about this farm is that all that grass there, it's gonna be turned into podzol, because I'm gonna do the 4 wide, well, 2x2 spruce trees. Reason for that is that it gives more wood for less, so it'll work out better. Yeah, it takes longer to cut down, but it gives me something to do while I sit here, because these farms will all be running in the background. Now, a few people are probably wondering how I got grass. So I have a data pack which allows me to use seeds and dirt to make grass. I thought that was just a logical choice, since I'm going to need quite a lot of this, and I do not feel like sitting down and waiting for grass to grow. On top of that, it's one of those things with like Matica when you've got the easy mode on, which is what I've got, so that I can place the blocks the way I do. Now, it doesn't let you place dirt in place of grass, which is a little bit annoying. So with the data pack, it just makes it a little bit more enjoyable to watch and gets this build done quicker. Speaking of doing builds quicker, we actually have to go back to the main island just so I can go and get some more material so that I can actually get a gold farm done. Also, before, when I said the portals moved, I don't think anyone's going to notice this one, but this used to sit up directly against this, and you can see it's just gone 1 block back. It's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So old viewers on my channel will know that this is all filled with cobblestone, which is what I'm going to need for the main gold farm. And in my inventory now, from what I've just pulled from a chest, is the leftovers of the magma blocks from when I first made a gold farm. Now, I don't know if that's going to be enough, so why don't we take a look? Okay, so I'm missing quite a lot. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a pain, but it looks like I'm going to have to go into the nether, gather some magma blocks. Yeah, that's a pain, but hey, it's what I've got to do, so let's crack on. Oh, and while we're at it still, I can still see that quite the other materials, I've pretty much already got all of them. The only one that's going to be a little bit annoying is the white carpet, so let's see what we can do. So I've just actually finished up now collecting up all the material from this one, and yeah, what have I come across? I don't remember them being this big. I wonder if it's like a chunk thing, because it's absolutely massive. It's like a cave system in its own right. But yeah, that just gave me quite a bit of magma, so I don't think I'm gonna have to be doing this for much longer. And if you look, there's our nether bridge, and just over here there's some more. So let's get that picked up. So we have all of the magma blocks now, so I'm going to drag these over to where we're going to be building the gold farm. The new gold farm is going to be built right next door to the mob farm portal. That way it's all in the same area and I don't have to run all the way back here to use it, because once I have everything set up on the other island, it'll be rare that I actually come back here. I'll only need to come back here for the sand, and I'll only have to come back here for the mob switch. Okay, so I've got all of the materials over here now, so as you can see, all the chests there, they had previous materials for builds, as well as the new materials that we just gained for the gold farm, and over here is where I'm going to start building it. So over there is a nether waste, so if I go straight up onto the nether roof there, building up there will be great. So yeah, let's get a time lapse going. Oh, just a quick, before I actually start the time lapses for the new gold farm, I just want to show you this that I didn't notice when I was actually making this. It was only until after I came back from doing a bit of work over on the mega build that I actually noticed there's a whole nether fortress here. So yeah, I had actually walked right past this and didn't even realize it was there. Anyhow, let's get into a time lapse. And there we are, the gold farm is now done, and yeah, I do need to test this, so I think I'm gonna let it run for an hour, see what we get, but we actually already have some gold already, so this should be good. Hopefully we get more than we did with the previous design, because it was only one layer, and this one's free. But let's run it for an hour, and let's see how it goes. So at the moment, 64 and 15. So that didn't go as planned. So what you just saw there was 30 minutes of a clip of the old farm. Well, new farm, but old in the sense that I've had to change things. For instance, this plank is now higher because I realized I had 2 more blocks to go before the world limit, so I raised that. Not only that, I had to rework this entire storage area. The reason being, it wasn't fast enough. See, the farm up there actually gained a lot more gold than I thought it was going to, and so I didn't have enough storage, which led to it backlogging and causing all of this to back up and then go back up to these up here, which meant gold wasn't actually coming through the system properly. So it was just being thrown in that trash compactor right there. So I had to rework this so that it potentially doesn't clog. I had to add 2 filters, so gold goes through 2 different pipes. That then caused a problem because having 2 filters, well, having 2 item hoppers go into one hopper means that 2 items appear in the hopper. And if it's appearing to the left like this, then one would go down and one would go across, which means it was filling 2 places at once, which is not very efficient. You want to make sure it's filling up all the area I can before moving on. So I worked out if I did it this way, where the chests actually move into each other. So if I come up here, you can see 2 double chests there for buffer, so it doesn't build up into one chest. This then buffers that, and then that buffers into this. And then it can move where it needs to, because it'll only pull 1 item at a time. By doing this, this will fill up over time, but as you can see, we've only got a little bit here because I spent 2 days doing this because I actually had to work out what was wrong with it, fix it, and then test it. Yeah, took a few iterations of getting that working. So as you can see, not much gold there, but these are all the gold blocks that we've got. It is much faster than the previous farm, and it's going to be so much better when we get the piglin farm sorted, which will be built down here, but we're not going to do it today's episode because I have another build that needs to be done. I will say I'm debating whether or not I move this ladder over because the whole thing is off kilter and that's not centered and it's bothering me. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to waste my time with that. Not for now anyway, I might do it later. What we are working on next is actually the next villager island. Now the reason for this is that I'm going to have each individual island for each of the villager types. So the next one I'm going to get done is the smithing table. The reason for that is because I will need pickaxes, axes, anything I can get a hold of with enchantments or without enchantments. Either way, we just need diamond tools. So they're going to have their own little island to the right here. So let's get that built since we've got all the resources ready. Actually, I think I'm going to wait until day and then start. Well, actually, no. I've got a mob switch. I don't need to wait until day. Let's get it done. And there we are, we're now done with the smithing island. Now, the reason for this design was simply so that I could actually see it from above where these villages are going to be. So as you can tell, that one looks like a village because it's got farmers in, and this one looks like a forge. However, underneath, everything looks pretty much exactly the same. So you've got all the smithing tools, benches all here, and then all the places for the villagers. And then if you come on through here, you've got the breeder. And then over here, you've got all the farmers. Now, I actually haven't done anything with the villagers over here yet, so I think I'm going to do that between episodes, just get some of them going so that way we can start getting emeralds, and then hopefully we can start stockpiling that. But for now, that's everything. Now I do apologize how late this video was, but as everything was going on with the world being lost and having to rebuild it and then having to do everything over again, I kind of needed the extra time. But hopefully we'll be back on schedule now and we can continue doing things. I do plan on making more villager islands, and I do have some more farms that need making. Hopefully we can soon move over to here and start working from this island rather than the first one. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.